welcome back to Apple Tree Allotment. It's getting towards the end of July now. We've had a really hot week this week. We've had up to 27 degrees. It's been really humid and we've had thunderstorms, a bit of everything this week. So I've been down the allotment quite a lot and watered every night, apart from a couple of nights where it's rained. And we've done a few things down here, starting to move away from some of the more spring crops, starting to think more about autumn now. So I'll show you around and show you what we've been doing, and we've got some plans just after this weekend into next week, what to do some more as well. I've got a couple of little jobs tonight. I'm going to water, and I've brought down some gloves so I can tackle the stinging nettles that are climbing up the water butt. They're getting a bit big now, so yeah, I'm going to tackle those tonight and just have a little look around for weeds. There's not really any in the beds, but there's a few just around the bottoms of the beds and things. Yeah, so that's the plan. So everything's growing very quickly at the moment. Trying to keep on top of making sure everything stays where it's supposed to be, all the vines and things. You can see the pumpkins coming out over the side here, so I'm going to try and make that sort of stay in our area at the front here. So we've got these two beds that have got pumpkins in. This one's got 3 in it on the left. The one on the right did have 3, but one has completely given up. The one at the back is doing quite well, starting to get going. The one in the middle is getting there. I've got another one, I don't know if it's a pumpkin or a squash, but I've got another plant at home that I'm going to bring down and plant, but I'm going to do it once it's a bit cooler. It's in quite a big pot at the moment, so it's happy where it is. Yeah, but once it cools down next week, I will bring it down and plant it. But yeah, these pumpkins are doing really well. I've got 2 varieties, and I think they're kind of mixed up because I didn't really label them that well. So there's a Bambini, a smaller one, and then there's a orange, more standard kind of orange one. Yeah, but these ones are doing really well. And we've got 2 in each of these beds. We've got 3 sisters beds going on this year. So we've got 2 pumpkins in each bed, about 9-ish sweet corn, although this bed has got a couple less because I didn't make it. And then they've got beans growing up all the sweet corn. And the beans are doing really well, actually. I'm really, really pleased with them this year. I planted the seeds after the sweet corn was already growing up, so hopefully they'll catch up. But yeah, the sweet corn's doing really well. We're starting to get little seed heads. A nice little see that there. It's not in focus. There we go. A nice little ladybird, more of an orange with lots of spots. That one. That's quite cool. So yeah, we've got lots of sweet corn. It's got nice. Oh, another one here. They're everywhere. With lots of nice tassely bits where it's growing, starting to grow the cobs. And then in between we've got these pumpkin plants. So there's one going that way, one here, and this one has got some really good fruit on it already. So there's a couple in the bed there. And then going along this way, there's a really big one up here. There's a nice orange one there. It's really nice. Yeah, so hopefully if they keep going like that, we're going to have some really good crop out of them. And that's already right up there. So it's a good 6-8 foot away from where it starts. So yeah, they're going to be everywhere in another month or so. I'm going to have to pick my way around the beds. Yeah, and then the next 2 beds we've got broad beans still in. We're still getting loads of broad beans off these. I thought they weren't going to do very well this year. I put them in October, I think. And they didn't do that well over winter. I normally put them in February, but I thought I'd give it a go doing it over winter. I don't think I'll do that again. I'll put them in February in future because the winter I don't think they did that well. But yeah, we've had loads off of them. We've been picking probably 3 or 4 lots where we've had a big mixing bowl's worth. So yeah, I'm really impressed with them considering there's only probably 12 plants in there maybe. Yeah, we've had a lot, so that's really good. I'll try them again next year and see if we can do a bit better, support them a bit better. At the back here, we've got our first bed of courgettes. We've got a yellow one and a green one starting to come on. This one's starting to grow up a bit better. The ones at home are massive and producing 1 or 2 a day, taking over the whole bed. These ones I planted a bit later, so they're not doing quite so well. I'm sure they'll catch up. They're doing all right. They've got some courgettes on. And then in the middle, we've got a sweet potato plant. It's a white variety. And that's actually picked up. When it first put in, it wasn't that green at the end. Didn't look very happy. But it seems to be okay now. Seems to be getting there. I've never grown them before, so not sure what to expect. But we will see what happens there. In this bed, this is our sort of sad side of the story. These were our butternut squash, so they've completely gone now. I don't know if they've been eaten or they're not happy for some reason. Don't know, but they're completely failed on those ones this year. Last year we had loads of squash. Yeah, this year just not happy. Our tomato bed, I've just noticed over the plot next to ours, it looks like he's cut all of his tomato plants off at the base. So I'm assuming he was struggling with blight or something. I can't remember looking at them yesterday or the day before. But yeah, I'm not sure why he's done that. But mine are all looking green here and nice. I do need to tie them up, so I've got some string, so I'll tie them up to these sticks. They're doing pretty well, bushing up nicely. I do need to go through and get rid of some of these little side shoots. They just seem to keep going and going, don't they? But yeah, some nice tomatoes on here. I know it's a few more. There's a few up here. Yeah, so I think we're going to get some nice tomatoes off of them. I just need to give them a little bit of love, tie them up a bit, and do some of the side shoots. I quite like to just let them, in general, go quite wild. But yeah, I think a little bit of pruning would help those. Our courgettes are looking really good. We've picked probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 off of these so far. These are starting to fill the bed up really nicely, getting quite big. Yeah, and there's some good fruit on here. So I'll probably need to pick these either tonight or tomorrow. There's a couple of green ones there that I need to pick, and there's another 1, 2 or 3 there that I need to pick on the yellow as well. So yeah, there's probably 4 there I need to pick, and I know there's another, I think there was 5 at home we needed to pick, but I was just leaving to get slightly bigger. So we'll use those either over the weekend or pick them. We did make some chutney, Courgette chutney the other day, which was really nice. We've put some away for sort of Christmas in the pantry. I think we made 5 jars worth, and then a little freezer box full. So yeah, we'll put that away for Christmas. We had some the other night, which was really nice, and we had some with tea as well. Yeah, so we'll be eating that. That's a good way to use our glut. The potatoes, so the first 2 beds over there were the first earlies. They're all gone now. They're all at home. We've been using them. We've got them in a box in the pantry, and they're really good. There's some really big ones in there, which is funny for first earlies, but they did really well. So yeah, so we'll store them and use them as we go. This bed closest to me is the main crops. They're already starting to sort of fall over and start to look like they're getting towards the end. Main crops I'll probably leave in, I don't know, maybe another week or 2. But the second earlies, which are these 2 over here, these are all completely fallen over now and dying back. So next day or 2, I'm going to come down here, bring the kids down and get them to help, and we'll just harvest both of these beds and get them stored, and we'll just start using them, get a few of them out each week and use them. And then in these beds at home in little trays, I've got chard growing, ready to come down here, beetroot, I've got a half a tray of chard, load of beetroot, and there was something else as well. Oh, some more beans. So I've got some more green beans to go in. So one of these two will be chard, one will be beetroot. I'll just see how quickly they come up. The shoots are already coming up above the soil, so they shouldn't be too long before I can plant them out. It's nice to get them going at home, where I can keep them watered and keep an eye on them. And then these two beds at the back. So I showed you last week the Monge 2 peas. So I sowed these. So I sowed the seeds straight into the bed, and they are doing really well. I'm really impressed with these actually. Lift this up. So they've grown up really nicely. I've just sowed them in a sort of just sort of sown them all over the place. I haven't put them in rows or anything. So I'll let them grow up in a big mass. And I was planning to bring down some sticks and make a sort of tripod, and maybe put some strings down for some of them to grow up. Yeah. And this other bed, we've got some peas. Again, I need to make a structure to let these grow up, which I'll do in the next couple of days. These were growing at home. We were using them for pea shoots, just nipping off the tops, but they've got quite big now. And as this bed come free from the first early potatoes, I thought I'd put some in and see if they carry on growing. So we'll see how they get on. It was very, very dry yesterday when I put them in, so I gave them a good water, and obviously I need another good water now. But yeah, hopefully they'll perk up a bit and keep going. So that'd be nice. So that's everything going on. So I'm looking forward to getting the potatoes out now. They've done really well. Hopefully they'll store well. Get them, put them away. And we'll get some kale and get some chard and beetroot and things going for the autumn, winter. Be nice to keep the beds in use. I'm not sure about these 3 beds, so when the beans come out, I'll leave them in until they're done. And then maybe if I've got some overflow of the beetroot or the chard or something, I can put it in there. I probably will have enough chard to put in here because I sowed quite a few just to make sure they come up. And again, this one at the back, I'll put whatever's left. It's nice to use up the space. The stuff, all the pumpkins and things will be going on for till October, obviously, so they'll take up that space. So I hope you enjoyed that tour. I'm going to get on and do a bit of weeding now and a bit of watering. And I hope everything's growing well for you. And I shall speak to you soon.